with a chance of showers in the south. Lows 37 to 47. Highs, we'll call it 54 to 58 on Friday. An early a.m. shower with lots of wind in the late afternoon. Lows 35 to 45 with the highs 56 to 58. Sunny on Saturday. Highs in the mid-60s. Sunny on Sunday. Highs again in the upper 60s. And then a chance of rain on Monday. Lows in the mid to upper 40s. Highs in the high 60s to low 70s. Neighbor, there's your ag weather. McCoys.com. Make McCoys your choice for livestock pens and rodeo equipment like the 40-foot utility round pen or a manual rope and chute. Shop online and find the store near you at McCoys.com. Neighbor, here's your first glass of iced tea and the commodities. March corn, 6.16 3/4, down 3 1/4. March beans, 14 3/4, up 7 1/2. March Kansas City hard red winter wheat, 807 1/2, down 27. March number 2 cotton, up 33, 121.25. April live cattle, 141.77, up 167. March feeder cattle, 161.55, up 170. April lean hogs, 96.05, down 120. March West Texas intermediate crude, up 188. 87.48. Neighbor, there's your commodities of ag interest.
Wholesale Steel, family owned and operated since 1976. Has heavy-duty panels, the first and only panels on the market with a lifetime warranty against damage from your animals. Wholesale Steel with 2 locations to serve you in San Antonio and Hearn. Financing available, and we wholesale to the public. Visit our website at wholesalesteelsa.com or call 210-624-2000 for Wholesale Steel.
Neighbor, now it's time for today's edition of the Texas Wildlife Report with Jessica Dommel. Jessica, what's our topic?
Summer volunteer opportunity. I'm Jessica Dommel with the Texas Wildlife Radio Show on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. If you love the great outdoors, natural resources, and conservation, and are looking for a way to give back this summer, there's an opportunity for you in East Texas. The Texas chapter of the Wildlife Society is accepting applications for volunteers and college mentors who would be interested in helping out this summer at the Wildlife Conservation Camp in Tennessee Colony. Bobby Alcorn, this year's camp director, explains.
We do have volunteer opportunities, and every year we definitely need as many volunteers as we can. So we'll bring on professional mentors, people in our wildlife field to come and be with our campers throughout the time, but also we need college mentors or adult mentors that are willing to be there and to basically work with students as they go through it, but also to be with the students throughout it. So if you're interested in what we're learning, you can be there right alongside the students, but you're sort of there working with the professionals putting on the camp to help things go smooth and to help us work with the students.
The Wildlife Conservation Camp is open to high school students who are interested in nature, ecology, and wildlife. They learn about many things, including wildlife tracking, trapping and monitoring, habitat diversity, and animal behavior. They can practice species identification, shooting sports, and more. Volunteers learn leadership skills and are able to network with natural resource students and professionals. The camp is July 9th through the 13th at Big Woods on the Trinity in Tennessee Colony. The deadline to apply to volunteer or to attend the camp is May 1st. Additional details are available at wildlifecamptx.org. That is wildlifecamptx.org.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
For the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network, I'm Jessica Dommel.
Neighbor Hop Singh says he's about ready to plate up the chicken fried steak, the jalapeno gravy, Nanny's yeast rolls, a cold cucumber salad off to the side. I've got a glass of iced tea or a cup of coffee and a visit with Benny Cox about the results of a very successful sheep and goat sale in San Angelo on Tuesday. Benny walked the pens with us.
We ended up with 4,900, which is a pretty good number, a little bit less than last week. You know, it's not that time of year to have these wool lambs. Heck, we didn't have enough of them to talk about. The slaughter lambs, these hair sheep type, they were kind of $5 to $10 higher. Slaughter ewes, I'd say they were probably about the same, 5 to 10 higher. The kid goats, $20 to $30 lower with some of these lower quality goats. And we really didn't have a really top end. The average or the percentage of those things, there wasn't many of those top end kid goats. Some of those that went to the feed in, you know, were pretty nice. But anyway, they were a good deal lower. I was talking to one of the buyers after the sale, and one of these guys, he said, you couldn't buy a goat last week. You were just going to try and buy them all, which that makes a lot of difference sometimes. Slaughter nannies, that deal's still good, $190 to $275, but mostly $240 to $250. Your slaughter billies from $220 all the way up to $285. The few wool feeder lamb types that we did sell from $305 all the way up to $392 on some real lightweights. On the slaughter lambs, they sell from $330 to $447. Every end of those from $260 to $402. On the slaughter ewes, $150 to $224, but mostly $190 to $2. Go to adding that up. You know, if you've got a 150-pound ewe, she could bring up to as high as $300. And, you know, we couldn't hardly get a replacement sold for that. You know, definitely couldn't, you know, a year and a half ago. Kid goats, $340 to $475, but mostly $380 to $430, with some of these feeders selling all the way up to as high as $405. $505.
All right. Now, cattle sales coming. What do you see there?
You know, we're starting off pretty light. I think it's going to be another light week here.
All right. Well, tell everybody, Benny Cox, how to get a hold of y'all.
They can call me on my mobile. It's 325-234-4277. The office, same area code, 653-3371. Or they can always look at the web, which is producersandcarguile.com.
All right. Build a loop, make a hand, Benny Cox.
I'll see you next week.
McCoys.com. McCoy's Building Supply. Still family owned. Strong, growing, and relevant for our ag community. Farm and ranch panels and gates. Field fencing. Welded wire panels. Barbed wire and electric fencing. Shop online and find products and the store near you at McCoys.com. Neighbor, the cowboy crew's finished eating, so let's send them to Caldwell, the Colach capital of Texas, I might add, to talk to Carl Herman from Caldwell Livestock about the sale he's having right now. Carl, what did it look like last night?
It's kind of slow. We had that inch of rain, slow, drizzle, cold rain all day yesterday, and it kind of missed it around here today. Going to be a little slower today, but I think tomorrow we'll have somewhere around 400-500 right in through there.
Right. Is it going to be mostly calves or what?
Mostly calves. Yes, sir.
All right. No keeper cows so far?
I hadn't seen any yet.
All right. Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you for the sale in Caldwell on Wednesday.
Okay. My number is 979-820-5349. Call the barn. 567-4119, or if you're in the Giddings area, call Max Ebner at 540-8676.
Carl, we appreciate you. Thank you. Have a good sale.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
McCoys.com. McCoy's Building Supply. Still family owned, strong, growing, and relevant for our ag community. With their own cattle ranches in West Texas, they understand the rural ag economy. Farm and ranch equipment from working chutes and sorting pens to cattle panels and gates, T-post fencing and barbed wire. Shop online and find the store near you at McCoys.com. Neighbor, it's time to head back to the field or pasture, so let's check the grains courtesy of John Tuggle, 800-288-4453, Milo through Corpus in January, 1259, yellow corn to Corpus, 720, hard red winter wheat to Houston, 904.5, and Houston beans, 1397.25. Texas cotton, 3,437 bale of East Texas, Oklahoma, 15,015 bale of West Texas, 18,452 was the total. Prices went from $114.92 to $116.87, and the average, $115.84. Neighbor, you're not the average Farm and Ranch Show listener. Why? Because we're the best darn farm show in 100,000 square miles of the great state of Texas, and you know that old phrase about birds of a feather flocking together. We're going to flock together. That's hard to say. You better watch it. About 3:45. Old Camp Cook Hop Sing will have a Colach for us. Cup of coffee, glass of iced tea. More down on the farm. I hope to see you then. We'll pour the iced tea and coffee about the time we see you turn off the blacktop. How about that?